Hey, what's going on, traders? I'd like to talk today about why I've been kind of struggling with Mondays in trading. The past couple of Mondays, I've had some issues with the price action, and I just don't feel comfortable with it. And I kind of wanted to go through at least what's happened so far today. It's like 10:40 today, so the market's only been open for an hour. But I really wanted to go through what's happening today, why I'm not liking Mondays so far, and why I think in the future I might just avoid them completely. So wanted to show, this is the 1 hour chart. Basically the past 2 weeks we've been on a bull run, which is fantastic. We haven't had much of a pullback, but really the area that we're at now, basically from Friday to today, has been a pretty important area. We are reaching these most recent highs up here, and so really offers up an opportunity for kind of on a higher time frame to go higher or lower, really at this kind of reflection point, I guess you could say. But I really just wanted to show, so like overnight, we really just kind of stayed, we ran up on Friday, but kind of overnight just kind of consolidated. And the easiest way, let's do, yeah, overnight we basically just like consolidated sideways. I think this area is pretty important at this level that I've drawn right here. But on the 1 minute chart here, we opened up and we almost immediately took the yesterday's high, the liquidity from yesterday's high. And I think this is pretty important. We took the liquidity and we kind of had these attempts at breaking higher. I'm starting to kind of view Mondays more as like the market movers, whoever's moving the market is doing some sort of manipulation, and especially at the area that we're at on a higher time frame. I think what's happening is they're getting a lot of people at this reflection point who are saying, you know, we've had an incredible bull run, we're just going to keep going. And you also have the people that are saying we've had this incredible bull run, it's time for a pullback. So I think this is an area where the big market movers know that there's people on both sides that can provide a ton of liquidity. And I think what's happening, really, if you look at this morning's action, is it just feels so trappy. I noticed the first break above yesterday's high and the overnight high break and fail. A second break above and then fail below the yesterday's high and yesterday's high of day and the overnight high. And then a small break above and fail. Another test of that level and then fail. Usually what I'm expecting on the downside, at least, there didn't seem to be much downside continuation. You are taking these small liquidity pools here. You broke below the open right here. You took liquidity right here, took liquidity right here, took it again here. But usually what you can expect is either some sort of significant move afterwards, right? I mean, you've got your high here, you've got a lower high, you've got a lower high, but still there's no continuation here, and they're still making lows. So you've got lower highs and lower lows, but no continuation to the downside. It just feels real trappy, like they're trying to trap you, they're trying to manipulate you. Or on a higher time frame, this could be an area where we are generating liquidity to start making a move to the downside, maybe for a kind of a higher time frame, a high that we're looking for another high here. Excuse me, a higher low here. You could imagine that we're, after this entire bull run up, that we're looking for some sort of higher low here to help support us, or we can continue. But in general, this area just feels so trappy and just not fun. I don't like this action. It's not as clean, and I don't really feel like I have an edge when I'm in here. It feels like every time that I get in, I'm just gonna be trapped in some sense. Like, yes, I guess as a scalper, I do like scalping. I guess in a sense, if you had decent entries, these would work. But I'm still looking for cleaner moves. I'm looking for more expected action, kind of deeper liquidity grabs, or looking for external liquidity and things like that. So this doesn't really fit my edge. It just feels, it just doesn't feel good to me. And Mondays have started to feel like that, and that was one of the things I wanted to talk about. This is the most previous Monday. This is October 30th, and this is kind of a bad example, not a great example, just because I did trade last Monday. I did have one trade, and it was pretty clean action in the beginning of the day. But what's interesting about that is, just like I had said, the today had taken some important liquidity right off the bat. So did this take liquidity. So this is the Friday prior. So right off of the open down here, we took Friday's highs, and then took the Thursday before those highs, took those highs as well. So again, right on a Monday, you're taking liquidity, and then it came right back down to the open, and we just chopped sideways the rest of the day. I mean, this is the entire day. So you took your liquidity, and then you just chopped all day. And this just, to me, seems like the perfect recipe to just chop people in and out of the market, generate some, artificial liquidity for these market movers before the actual move happens on other days here, which, again, interesting take. I need to keep figuring this out, keep paying attention to Mondays, seeing how things work. But in general, Mondays are not my cup of tea. Just something interesting to consider based on at least today's price action, and really just like not making any moves in any direction. I'm just going to stay away, and I'm not going to risk my capital. I'm not going to risk my funded accounts. I guess you could go on eval accounts and be a little bit more risky today, but again, I'm just going to stay away from the markets. But wanted to share that, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.